What's going on, everybody? It's episode 27 of the Real Bodybuilding Podcast, and I got the interview of all interviews with my man, Cedric McMillan. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Fouad?
How you doing, man?
Hey, you looking all professional over here. Got the little studio set up and everything.
Hey, man, this might be my transition from bodybuilding. It might be my new thing. What's going on, dude? I wanted to ask you, how come you haven't why don't you do interviews with anybody?
Well, the thing is,
let's be real.
Yeah, so the thing is can you hear that?
I can hear you.
Motherfuckers is they must know that I'm talking to you. Anyway, the thing is, I got a whole lot to say, man. You know, we've had conversations when we travel and stuff together. But what I realize is, people say, "Oh, you should make YouTube videos and tell people," you know. But you know, for some reason, I just don't feel I don't feel the need to do that, right? Like it's almost as if when you're a loser, what you say is kind of irrelevant. Like your methods, your theories, your opinion, all of that, none of that shit matter because you're a fucking loser. You know what I'm saying? And when you so when you are a winner or when you are a champion, then what you say, the way you cook your chicken, what you think about life, your theory about training, all of that matters then. But until then, everything you say and everything you believe, then it's just something else for somebody to say, "Oh, shit, you know, when I tell you about my life and you realize I only sleep 3 or 4 hours a day," that's something you can say, "Oh, that's why he always looks like shit," you know.
Okay, but wait a minute. Before you go on from that point, I want to push back a little bit. So your assumption is until you're the best of the best champion that you shouldn't be giving advice.
Not necessarily giving advice. Now, when somebody asks you a question like, Cedric, what do you think about this that I'm trying to do? What do you think? What is your way? Cool, you know, I could give that, but you know, for me to just be sitting up throwing my opinion around, you know, and say, for example, I just got my ass kicked. I need to be focused more on what the fuck I'm doing and less about broadcasting my opinion around, you know, about things or the way I see stuff. And that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
your view is you don't want to do a lot of interviews because you haven't reached the pinnacle of where you see yourself.
Yeah, man. Like what I say don't even matter. Even though what I say matters to me, it don't have no credibility behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not nobody's right or wrong. I just kind of disagree with that because I think people out there watching, you know, just because you're not Mr. Olympia doesn't mean people don't want to know what Cedric thinks about, you know, XYZ, whatever it is, right? So, but I understand your point of view.
Man, you know, and people give me a hard time about that a lot, and they say, you know, some people just like you, and they like the way you think, and they like the way you do things, and they want to hear what you got to say, and all of that, and it would. I even got challenged like this. This man said, "You know, you're too selfless to be so selfish with yourself. Why don't you share yourself with?" And my only, you know, and when he hit me with it, it was a real challenge. And my only response was, because I don't deserve to share myself yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't deserve to, and that's just how I feel. You know, like I'll be honest, man. Anything anybody can say about me, I'm already like 10 steps ahead of motherfuckers with criticism of myself. You know what I'm saying?
I know that.
Yeah. And so I just shut the fuck up until you the man. You know what I'm saying? Once you got your shit together, all right, now you can say something. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, here's the second part. That's the personal side of the interviews and stuff. The second part is with the way this media thing changed, because, you know, I can remember before I turned pro, you know, a few years before you turned pro, and, you know, all we had was the magazines and a few of the websites were just now started booming, you know, but we were still buying what, 200-page magazines, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was where you got your information, and that's where you got your news from. And then when everything switched over to the not social media, but, you know, like websites and forums and stuff.
Yeah.
And so now it's all about, let's get this traffic on these pages. And I can remember, you know, you get a contract with a magazine company and they say, oh, go over here to this forum and talk to the fans over there. There's traffic, you know, because they'll be able to throw out commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
So then I realized what you have to say now is interesting. And then, you know, these media companies can in turn use that, you know, as a way to market people and stuff, you know. So they want to know what you got to say, but when they come to listen to it, we're gonna throw this commercial on them. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna commercialize, you know, your personality, really, you know, like that. And and here's how it started. It kind of started with MD. You know, I believe all of us kind of got, you know, fucked in the butt by MD at some point or another. And you know, so, you know, they drop you, you know, they'll drop you like Christmas Eve one year. Yeah, we're not gonna re-sign you. But then when you do good at a show, here they come with their camera talking about they want to do an interview, you know. Nah, man, I'm good, you know. So it started like that, and then then here comes YouTube, and I don't know if I was in UK or where I was. Every fucking body got a YouTube channel. Yeah. And so where it was before, you know how me and you would be at the booths and stuff, we taking pictures. And then the worst case scenario would be, hey, could you please make a little video for my buddy who couldn't make it? Just to say hey to him. Of course I can. And then it turned into, hey, I have a YouTube channel. I got this many followers. Say something to, you know, my and then it just keeps going and going and going. You know, and to the point, you know, where it's a little bit disgusting, you know, like, damn, man.
So you feel like there's not a genuine, you feel like it's the media has become, it's like not genuinely like we want to hear what Cedric has to say, but more, how can we get more clicks? And Cedric will bring us clicks.
I tell you what, this is what the people use it for. Like, say for example, like when you say, hey, man, you know, I want to have you on my show. I automatically knew it wasn't no bullshit involved. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, of course I will, you know, but like with somebody else, come on now. Do you as a company really care about what I got to say? Or do you just want to try to use the fact that somebody else cares what I got to say? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so what it made me do is kind of protect myself a bit more and say, you know, well, rather than put myself out there so much for anybody to just throw around and use, I just keep my shit to myself, you know? Yeah. And likewise, so watch this. If I have a YouTube channel and I got 15 shoulder workouts, 15 leg workouts, whatever, because I'm doing this every week. Boom, 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 boom. Now, when I do get to a position, you know, I guess authority is not the word, but to the position where I feel like, you know, maybe I matter. Yeah. Hell, I've done everything 40 times already. You know what I'm saying? All of this is out there. There's nothing new I can even give nobody because I've already like saturated, you know, oversaturated the industry with me. Yeah. You know, and I would much rather save that to until it's a better time to where, you know, what you have to offer maybe has a bit more value. You know what I'm saying? Well,
I understand what you are saying, and I do. Yeah. What you're saying is admirable and respectful, and I can see the quality in it. But at the same time, and I'm not pushing back or trying to convince you or anything. I'm just saying there's a whole group of people that are like, how old are you, Cedric? 40? 38?
Oh, fuck, man.
I'm just saying, like, there's a whole group of people. The reason I brought that up is there's a whole group of people that are like, well, what did Cedric do from 25 to 35 or from 20 to 40 to fucking get to where he is? How come he looks like this and nobody else does? So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what, Fouad? I'll be honest with you. And this is what's fucked up about me. And I'm pretty sure there's so many other people that are the same way. When I tell you or anybody what I did from the time I was 25 to now or 30 to now. When I tell anybody what I did to prep for the show or when I do anything, and there is 10,000 people that said, you are amazing, right?
Yeah.
When one motherfucker says, he fucking sucks.
I know. It's hard, but you have to put that in perspective though. Because listen, I go through it. Listen, I put these videos up and I get like 500 comments and like there's 2 fucking cocksuckers, right? Yeah, but you just got to remind yourself there's 498 fucking people that like appreciate it. I know you're like me. You think like I do.
Those 2, I'm trying to figure out what I got to do. What the fuck is wrong with these 2 individuals, and what can I do in life? What can I do in life to satisfy them?
You can't. You can't satisfy them.
It's impossible. And so what I chose to do, I said, you know what? I just don't have the mental. Well, I don't know if it's mental ability. I don't have the emotional ability to like say, screw those guys, or,
I know,
forget what they have to say, or, I can't compartmentalize like that. It all comes together. And unfortunately, those few negative things kind of, pushes me away from the, oh my God, the overwhelming majority. And that's something else that, when people challenge me with that, I can only shake my head and say, I know, and this is why I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why my head ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Because and that goes all the way back to when I was a kid, man. Like, I want everybody to like me. Why he don't like me though? I never did nothing to him. Or why she don't like me? I've always been like that. And when you're in the position like we are in, to where we put ourselves out there into the world like that, see, we got different ways of doing what we do, and the way I do bodybuilding is so much like the way I do art. Like when I draw a picture or paint a picture or build something, I want this thing that I created to be beautiful and appreciated by whoever sees it. And when they don't, or if they're not, or let me just say this, there's a possibility that some people will see it and they won't like it, right? Okay, cool. But as an artist, I am sensitive to what I do, and when somebody doesn't like it, it affects me.
Okay.
It's just not possible for me to not let it affect me, right? Mm-hmm. And so the bad part about it is, I can't just say, oh man, I'm affected by the fact that these few people don't like my style, but it's okay, I'll make another one. No. What my problem is, I'm affected by what these few people think. How can I take this, what I have that most people like, and change it to where they like it too? How can I do that? Mm-hmm. And then I drive myself nuts trying to accomplish something that's impossible, that. So what I end up doing is saying, you know what? Let me just hide from, look, watch this. Let me hide from the potential negativity that could come. I would rather hide myself from everything and avoid the negativity than to put myself out there just for the small percentage of negativity. You know what I'm saying?
It makes more sense when you, it actually makes a lot more sense when you put it in terms of art.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people talk about bodybuilding like it's an art, like, oh, this is my masterpiece, whatever. But a lot of us are more athletic than artsy.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think when you talk about it and you compare it to your drawings, it makes more sense to me that you want everybody to like it because it's an actual art for you.
Man, motherfuckers started saying art when I was saying that shit, because they his bodybuilding is an art. Yeah, but you know what? Like Fouad, no bullshit, man. I can remember when I turned pro and did my first couple of pro shows, and people were telling me, you need to quit posing like this. This is not the 80s, and this is not how they do it now. You got to be more aggressive. You're going to have to put on some size. I know you want to try to have an aesthetic body, but that's not what's winning right now. Everything about the way I did everything, people were pushing me to try to be what was current. And I was like, no. I'm trying to represent this. And I can remember, I can tell you right now, just like I told you, right when you turn pro, the websites, and there was a website called T Nation.
Yeah, I
and
know
they had one forum that was old school bodybuilding pictures.
Yeah.
It was just old school bodybuilding pictures. That was it. So you could find pictures like from old magazines or old pictures that people would find of all the old bodybuilders. That was the only place that had it, because I downloaded every fucking thing that they had, and that was all I had, you know, for reference.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I said, man, why does nobody love this? You know, because that was just my thing. And I said, I want to make everybody remember this style of bodybuilding, not to discredit what's current. That's cool, you know, it's like a genre, but I want to make people remember this part too, because I'm sure, just like me, there's a bunch of people out there that would like that if they were even aware of it, and they could like it too. And then don't feel alone. You know what I'm saying? So when I do my twisting poses and all that stuff, I would be doing it for this particular audience. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make everybody more aware. And this was before, we're going to do men's physique, or we're going to have classic bodybuilding now with the old style. You know, all of this stuff came about. And look, I don't care. I'm going to die one day, and I'm going to say I am the one that started to push that change, and nobody can take that away from me. I'm going to convince myself of that.
Yeah. Well, I think you brought it back, man. You've always said you're going to stay true to yourself. And that's, I think a lot of us missed that point. Like even I did, like I think I looked my best at 240, and they're like, no, you got to be bigger. You got to be bigger. You got to be bigger. Yeah. And then I ruined my lines trying to get to 260.
Yeah. And listen, man, I even look at some of the classic guys now, I think they're probably just supposed to be open bodybuilders, and they don't feel they're big enough yet.
Yeah.
And they make the weight, so they do classic.
Yeah.
But for the true, what we now call classic guys, man, I look at them and I'm so jealous. Like, damn, I wish I could hit that pose. I can't even hit it no more because it don't look right on me now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I could remember, times in the past where we look at some of the most biggest freaky looking people, and we could see back in, 97 when they was in the nationals of the USAs, and they were beautiful.
Yeah.
And then they just kept it coming until it changed into something else. And I think we all do that, and, we see guys now. Here's what we do, man. We curse them with this tag of potential. We get cursed with the tag of potential.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to achieve this thing that people think we can do so bad that we're willing to do whatever to get it, right? And along the way, we develop a bit of dysmorphia. That's the only thing I could think of to call it. But we don't even see how ugly we're becoming.
Yeah.
Because we're so focused on the scale, and we're so focused on how wide my sweep needs to be on my quads and how thick my lats need to be, that we overlook how ugly we're becoming. You know what I'm saying? And until it's too late.
Yeah.
And then you fuck around and stand beside, a 27-year-old Cedric, and you're like, damn, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?
That's right. Yeah.
When somebody else brings out all your weaknesses now.
That's why actually, it's funny you said potential, because in 2011, I did the Flex Pro, and that was kind of like my breakout show.
Yeah.
And I got contracts with Flex, and I got a new contract with SciTech, and I was like, everybody's like, oh, this guy's going to be this and that and blah, blah. And then I started, for the next 2 years, I chased that. Yeah. And my body actually got worse. And I don't mean worse looking. Like, I tried to do so much in the gym that my body started to break down. Things started to look worse.
Yep.
Because I was chasing that exact word that you mentioned, potential. I was like, oh, they said I'm going to be great. I got to push even harder. To reach, but I was already there. Like, I did the Flex Pro at 242 or something like that. That was probably where I should have stopped.
Maintain it and just wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? I asked the guy, who was the older guy, that he loves bodybuilding, like from back in the day. And watch this question, and you're gonna like this question if you anything like me. I said, I wonder who the fuck told Flex Wheeler, hey man, just get bigger. Who the fuck told him that? Because in 93, right? Like, it's perfect. Like, just stay there. Who the fuck said get bigger and convinced him to say, you know what, you're right. I got to get. And this is what the guy's answer was to me. He said, somebody might have said it, but his and I don't know Flex personally, and he didn't either, but he was just, guessing. His insecurity is what convinced him to get bigger.
Yeah.
Because he felt, and I believe we all may have that when we're in a game where you're trying to grow.
Yeah.
We always feel like we ain't never big enough.
Well, but wait a minute. In Flex's defense, if you look back, they kept giving it to Dorian Yates. They kept giving the Sandow to Dorian Yates. So he's like, what does Dorian Yates have that I don't have? And it was size.
Bigger. Yeah. You got to get that.
And that was the same thing. And when I came out, Ronnie was winning. Ronnie was bigger, so everybody's trying to get bigger. Then Jay was bigger, so everybody's trying to get bigger. They keep the biggest guy always wins. So we're like, okay, I guess I got to be the biggest fucking guy. But it doesn't work for everybody's physique.
Yeah. And in the process, you grow and then you end up losing those little fine details that you had. You lose that, and you almost that not what's important. But as soon as you get more, you need
Fuck
more
you.
detail.
You cut out there for a second. Sorry, dude. Listen,
I'm sorry.
I wanted to, I got you. I want to go. There was a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about, and we just kind of been going on. But
go ahead.
I wanted to touch on mental health later in the conversation, but you brought it up already.
Yeah.
And talking about the mental strength and dealing with haters and dealing with this and dealing with that. I know I've already done a podcast on anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. Mm-hmm. You deal with anxiety as well.
Yeah.
Is that part of the reason? Is your anxiety part of the reason why you kind of like keep to yourself and do your own thing and kind of like?
Listen, I have to. It's almost like this. If I expose myself to like I said earlier, the potential negativity, I will talk myself out of any type of potential positive that could be there before it's even time to go. Like, listen, when I go to compete, I have never in my life had a positive outlook. I say, man, I hope this is enough to not get my ass kicked. I never say, oh, I'm ready to go kick some ass. I'm excited to go. I'm like, I'm scared. I just hope I don't make a fool out of myself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that is always how it is. And is this something that you have to develop? Is it something that people pretend that they have? Or is it just something that few people just really just have? And that energy that they're able to generate actually enhances their performance too. Like I think, I watch a lot of like mainstream sports, not so much watching the game, but the personalities, and, people like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And to the point where I think they are just so able to convince themselves that they are the best, that their body and their environment and the whole universe, they've convinced everything that they're the best too, and it just goes their way. And, we can say, no, they just work hard. Bullshit, bro. Listen, everybody work hard. It ain't that. It's something else special that some people just have, You
just opened, you keep opening up different things that I want to get into. Like, okay, let's get into the working hard thing. Okay, because I keep fucking hearing this thing, and I've actually gotten into arguments with people online about Cedric doesn't work hard. Cedric's. Tell me what your day. Okay, we were supposed to go at 10 o'clock today, and we went at 10:30 because you're buying lumber to build a storage room. Like this is the kind of shit. You're building a storage room. You have a fucking garden. You're like
So I got like a full life of real grown man shit to do. And I squeeze, this one thing that I love into it, which is bodybuilding, right? But let's see. My mom now, she's got dementia. I got kids. I got this youth program here. I got family around here that need me to do shit. And now with this youth program, I got full families that need me. Like I could be here with you right now and get a text message, about a kid showing out at school, and I would have to go, get him, and that would just throw my day off. And that's just how it is. But now I came off active duty because bodybuilding was kind of taking so much time because having to travel for SciTech and stuff. And when I first met you, when I first got signed on with SciTech, I was still active duty. Yeah. So, man, I would have to be at work at 4 a.m. At work at 4, right? To wake the soldiers up, get them ready. And so, look, man, we would get the soldiers up, get them ready, take them to do their exercise shit while they're eating breakfast. I would go and do my hour of cardio, get ready for a show. I would pound some food down in about 5 minutes, be ready to start teaching, So now we training all day. We would get 15-minute breaks or 10-minute breaks every hour. And so I would, listen, I would be eating a meal and standing, taking a piss at the same time in the toilet, walking down the hallway, pushing food down. When the soldiers go to lunch, I would either do my second hour of cardio or do a quick workout. And then the soldiers come back and they go to dinner. And when they go to dinner, we're done for the day. I got to catch up on my paperwork. Sometimes get off work 7, 8, 9 o'clock. It will easily be a 12-hour day, sometimes 16, 18, and I've even done 20-hour days. And in those cases, I just go to sleep in my office. And start. There's times, Fouad, where I drive to the gym from work. I fell asleep in the parking lot before going in the gym.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the floor between sets in the gym. I fell asleep laying on the floor in the locker room in the gym. I fall asleep in the car after the gym, right? And and you know what? I never realized what I was doing to myself because I felt I got to get this work in. If I lose anything, I'll shave time off my sleep, but I'll make sure I get the work. I'll get my cardio, I'll get my workout. If I miss a meal, it's cool. If I miss sleep, it's cool. Not realizing until somebody told me, it might have even been you, your body doesn't recover and grow until you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So when you never get sleep, you never get an opportunity to actually make progress, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody says, yeah, but your genetics, you can do whatever, it doesn't matter, And so that's how a day would go for me. So when I turned pro, I was working like that,
Okay, so in the midst of all that, though, you have, how many kids do you have? 3 or 4?
4 kids. Four kids. Yeah.
So in the midst of that, you have 4 kids, and you're also trying to be a bodybuilder. What was your title? What was your title in the Army?
A leadership instructor.
Okay, so this is the confusing part to me. As somebody with anxiety, I tend to fade back a lot. Like, I don't know if you notice when we work together, like sometimes I just sit back and not want people to pay attention to me. I kind of watch from afar.
Yeah.
Somehow
and you cover it up. You cover it up with being an asshole. You're like, fuck this bullshit, dude.
Okay,
I'm tired.
let me finish.
You cover it up with that. Yeah.
So the confusing part to me is, if your anxiety is greater than mine, which we've talked about, how are you able to lead soldiers? And even, I don't just mean soldiers, like even when we worked at SciTech, you kind of led the team. Like, okay, we're going to go eat over here. We're going to go train at this place at this time. Glad. But wait a minute, even on stage, this is the really confusing part to me. With all the anxiety in the world at the Arnold's in 2017, you win the Arnold, you just have a way of, okay, everybody come out, let's take a photo together.
Yeah.
How do you how do you lead while having anxiety?
Listen, I'm so glad you brought that up. In bodybuilding, it's many different stages to it, but the first stage is I'm backstage with you, and at the same time, I'm a fan of you.
Okay.
So I'm looking at you in awe, like, fuck, look at Fouad's calves. Look at his shoulders.
Not my calves.
Seriously. No bullshit. Yeah. I used to walk with you to the expo and I'm behind you like, fuck, man, look at this big ass calves. Look at my bullshit, and I would talk myself into an intimidation of these athletes that I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
So I'm backstage. Here's what my anxiety is. My anxiety is I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Who am I trying to fool? I shouldn't even be here. I'm just trying, but I don't look like these guys. Fouad, I have been doing guest appearances and backstage fucking balling. Like, oh my, and what am I worried about? If I look good enough for these people, if these people will be happy with what they see when they look at me, if they will be impressed, or if they feel like, right?
Yeah.
When I'm at the expo, at the booth, if there's 100 people standing in line waiting for us, for some reason, I'm retarded, right? I can have 100 different opinions flash in my brain of, I wonder what he's thinking. I wonder what he's thinking. She's staring at me. What is she thinking? This guy's walking by looking, but he's not stopping. What is he thinking? Fuck, I must be little. This guy's taking a picture. He's staring at me. What is he thinking? I wonder what that picture looked like that we just took. Okay, shaking hands. Oh, I got to make sure I flex a little bit. My nose is itching, but if I scratch it, somebody's going to get a picture of that. It's going to look like I'm digging a booger out. And so the whole time I got all of these extra thoughts of what somebody thinks about me. And that is what creates the anxiety, okay? And because anxiety, it can be fear, but it also can be just extra information of shit you shouldn't be thinking about or worried about, okay? So now, watch it. And this is the amazing part. All of my anxiety is the buildup in my hotel, backstage. Fouad, when my feet hit the stage and some people cheer for me, it's almost as if somebody said, okay, you're good enough, go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the me can come out. It's like somebody signed a permission, like, okay, you're good, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if I happen to get out on that stage and I hear nothing, then the whole time I'm there, and this is what happens. So, oh shit, I don't look good enough. Well, the only thing I have left is my routine. So then I introvert into myself and say, turn, put your foot right here. Make sure when you extend your arm, you go back this way. Turn a little bit more because the stage is here. Okay, now bring this arm around this way. Hold this pose. Which one are we going to do next? Okay, suck your stomach in, turn this way, put the foot back. Now I'm making calculations of this pose. What pose am I going to do next? How should I do this transition? Boom, 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 boom. So I don't even have time to think about what people are thinking, because then I can focus on my performance long enough to get me off stage and ask somebody, hey, how did I look? And then somebody can tell me, right? Okay, so now, let me tell you how that compares. In the Army, it ain't about what you look like. It's about what you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being a leader is about what you know. A small percentage of it is about how you look, because there's a thing called command presence. And some of that has to do with how you look, how you talk, what you sound like, different. I could teach you a whole lesson on that. But it's about what you know. And I know I'm a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Outside of this bodybuilding world, because the only thing that matters is what you look like. And my whole life, I've been an ugly, big teeth, big ears, big eyes kid that nobody gave a fuck about. I'm nothing special. And in bodybuilding, I'm that same person, just in another arena. Yeah. So how I look is never going to be good enough, but I fucking know some shit. I know some shit. And you can give me, look, whatever leadership you want to put me in. If you want to make me a team leader over 6 people, a squad leader over 14 people, or a platoon leader over 30 people, or you want to make me in charge of the company over 120 people, give them to me, and I will make them guys follow me to hell laughing. And we will bring our fucking asses back, or we won't, but we will fucking raise some hell while we're there. Yeah. And I know that with every fragment of my existence. You give me a fucking mission and give me some equipment, and we going to fuck some shit up. And all my guys is going to be ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? I know it. But you put on a pair of posing trunks and say, okay, go compete against Brandon Curry, William Bonac, and Rolly, and let's see how it goes. I don't have this like him. I don't have that like him. I don't have this or that like him. I don't have this. I don't have nothing that would make me be able to compare with these guys. I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a second. I can hear the confidence in your voice when you talk about anything outside of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Why can't, and I understand that it's the way you look. I understand that part. But why can't you bring that confidence? Because anybody can say, okay, look at Cedric's back and look at this and look at that, right? I can sit here and say, oh, I guess what I'm trying to say is this. when it comes to bodybuilding, why do you always focus on the negative? But it seems like outside of bodybuilding, you focus on everything you can do.
Okay, and I got an answer for you. Chris Aceto, I love him simply because he understands me, right? And this is what he told me. He said, you know what, Cedric? He said, quit trying to not be nervous. He said, why don't you just understand that nervousness is a part of what you're doing? And I said, yeah, but it fucks me up, man. I get too anxious. I feel like I'm not good enough. Man, listen, this statement that I'm going to tell you, people say the word priceless, but I swear this information I'm going to tell you what he told me is priceless. He said, you know what? He said, I'm going to tell you some people that were so nervous and anxious that it kills them, but they're the best, right? Okay, no, Michael Jordan, no way he's anxious. Kobe Bryant, I gave those. He said, watch this. He said, how amazing was Elvis? I said, he was pretty fucking amazing. He said, he says, amazing is Michael Jackson. I said, fuck, man, such a great, how amazing is Prince? And what he did, amazing. He says their anxiety will fucking kill them on the inside. Kill them. They can't sleep. They can't do anything. But when they hit the stage, they can perform. And he said, do you know why their anxiety was so bad? Listen, Fouad, just listen to this. I said, why? He said, because they care about how well they perform. Yeah. Because they're actually passionate about what they do. And they care what people think about what they do, because that is their art.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And listen, that was only half of it. Let me tell you the second half. He say, now watch this. Elvis impersonator, Michael Jackson impersonator, and even a Prince impersonator, never anxious, never nervous at all. They have the fucking time of their life.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, you know why? I said, why? He said, because they're fucking faking. They don't have an emotional connection to what they're doing. They're just pretending. Yeah. They don't give a fuck. They just say, oh, this has already been tried and true method that I know they love this. All I got to do is pretend to be this. And if they don't like me, so the fuck what? I can go home, take this shit off and go be myself and do something else. He said, Elvis impersonator has zero anxiety. Michael Jackson impersonator has zero anxiety. Elvis has 1,000% anxiety.
Yeah.
And holy shit. And that makes so much sense to me.
That was actually, there's another one that when I was researching anxiety, when I was going through it, I was Johnny Carson was another one. Johnny Carson hosted he hosted the Tonight Show, but in the off season when they weren't filming the show, he would go out on his boat with just a few friends, and that was his like he would spend time away from everyone. And he was I guess he was anxious all the time, but as soon as the lights went on, that was it. He was a different person altogether.
You can hit it.
And the funny thing, it's crazy when you're talking about posing on stage. I remember feeling the exact same way. You walk out on stage, everybody's quiet. For me, nobody cheered until I turned around. It was my back shots. I had to endure the first like 3 poses in silence, and then I would turn around, hit a back double, and it would be cheers. I'd be like, okay, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, got it. I'm good. Yeah.
So
it's the same shit.
Yeah, but it's still honestly, it still baffles me. I just don't understand how you're so able to bring people together in such a selfish sport. Nobody has done what you've done. Nobody has ever taken the top 6 at the Arnold's or even at the Romania Pro. All that group picture that was taken at the end. Was that your idea also?
Yeah, I just say, hey, man, I said, y'all don't leave. Stay up here with me. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a picture together. I don't want no fucking picture by myself, man. Yeah. Let's stay up here together. And they were cool with it, So
what is it that does that? What is that that brings that to you? Like, why are you always thinking about bringing people together in a sport where it's so individual?
Because I have been backstage already or on the side clapping when whoever the winner is there, basking in their glory. And I know what the fuck it feels like to be a loser. I know what it feels like to feel worthless. Because listen, I don't, people can use, whatever they want to use psychologically whatever they want to say, or, you know, second runner-up, first runner-up. They can say that. Look, it's winners and fucking losers. And you can try to make that shit as beautiful as you want, you know, as an alternative. Oh, you're top 5. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you're top 5. You got your ass kicked. I got my ass kicked. That's it, you know. And so I know how that feels. And when someone could possibly be in that moment of feeling down on themselves or like they wasn't good enough, or look, I don't need this moment. I don't need this moment for me, right? I need this moment for us, because there is no winner if there is no us.
What does that mean?
Like, I can remember I did, okay, here we go. I did a novice, my first show as a novice. There was a lightweight and there was a heavyweight novice. Nobody even in my class. A lightweight and a heavyweight. I won my class. Of course I did, because there was nobody to even compete against.
Yeah.
So listen. The champion needs the losers to even be a champion of something. How crazy is that?
I see what you're saying.
It takes all of us. It takes all of us. And what we immediately do is forget about everybody else because, you know, main man. And listen, the second part of it is, don't give me this bullshit about the champion worked harder or the champion sacrificed more. No. That's bullshit, because I know some people that gave their life to this sport and was never nowhere close to a champion. And they gave ultimate sacrifices. So you don't tell me that, oh, look, we got all the psychological shit. Hard work beats talent. Shit, bullshit. You know, some people are just designed to be, you know, the universe is just laid out like that. This is for them, and it is just going to happen. It's inevitable. You know, sometimes, you know, it's like a math equation and everything just works out properly for some people at certain times. And then this is something that's just not going to happen for you. Fouad, I don't think I would ever be able to do a backwards flip, ever. No matter how hard I tried, I just don't think my body would allow me to. I could never do a full split. That's just it. Now, I can try and I can become better at trying to flip or do a split, but that motherfucker is just never gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? With me, no matter how much I try. And I think some people we're in these arenas trying to be something that just may not be. Okay, our purpose in this thing may not be what we believe it is or what we would want it to be. Our purpose here may be just to be a participant, or we may have some limitations on our existence that says, just be this here. Be great there, but just be this here. That's what your purpose is. And we try to make it more, and we try to do, you know, and all kind of other stuff. And, you know, my only examples, Fouad, that I always fall back to is I think about how many beautiful, amazing bodies there has been in this sport that would never miss the Olympia, but were absolutely, without a doubt, hands down, the best bodies. So, okay, so it is possible for you to be the absolute best and not be the champion. That's possible. You know? So what the fuck do we have to hold on to, you know? Okay, so back to, you know, why do I do that? Why do I bring everybody together? Because everybody matters. When you got this physique up here and this physique is labeled the champion, that don't mean he's the best body. That don't mean they're the best person. And all of the diversity that makes up who we are is what should be represented in moments like that. Not me, this is the ideal body. No, we are what bodybuilding is. We are in this moment together. And I would much rather share a moment like that with everybody that's done been through hell just like me, you know, these 12, 14, 18 weeks or whatever. I would rather share that moment with everybody than for it to just be all about me. That's why, because there's some people in that stage that their heart is broken because you won and their God didn't. You know what I'm saying? And you can't sit here and say your heart shouldn't be broke because I won and my truth is the only absolute truth, and your truth that you think this guy should have won doesn't fucking matter. No. You know, real life don't work like that, you know? So You know, I just try to acknowledge all of us, whenever I can, because I've been that motherfucker that felt like a piece of shit, you know?
Speaking from experience, at the 17 Arnold, I was one of the guys you brought out. I was 6th place. I felt like shit. My physique was not where it needed to be, but it kind of made it all better. And I don't know if that sounds fucking fruity or whatever, but by you acknowledging the other 5 that were on the stage with you, I don't know how the other guys felt, but it kind of made it, I guess what I'm trying to say is this: short of winning, it made all the hard work feel worth it because you felt like you were part of something. So it does achieve, I think, what you're trying to achieve. And it almost seems like you're promoting bodybuilding more than yourself, which is what I think we all need to be doing a little bit. Yeah.
That is it. It is about making people fall in love with this sport. That's the only way you're going to get it to grow. You can't make this sport grow about making people fall in love with you alone, because when you go, then the people that love you are gone too.
Yeah.
You know, and I've got media people that, you know, they become popular by fucking clowning us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They become popular by making people hate us.
Yeah.
That is not going to help the sport grow. It make your numbers go up, but that don't make the sport grow. You know, and I would much rather try to do things that is going to bring more people to the sport, man, because I just love it, man. And I want to see it grow and become better. And my goal, my mission when I first started competing is I said, you know what? I want bodybuilding to be back on TV, you know, one time. And because I remember looking at ESPN when I was a kid and watching Lee Haney's workout. And there was another workout show on too. I can't remember the guy's name. And why would I want that? I'm successful. I got money. I'm Mr. Olympia now. I don't need, no. The reason why is because there will be another me with nothing to do but look at TV, with no plan for his life, and doesn't feel like he matters to anybody, and could watch this workout show or this bodybuilding show and identify with something that he would want to be one day, to give him, you know, something to try to aim at.
Yeah.
Right. Because I know how valuable that thing became for me. Like I had no clue what the fuck I wanted to be when I grew up. And then, you know, whatever I be, I'm going to have some muscles while I'm being it. You know what I'm saying? And that was a thing, that was a productive thing for me to have in my life, you know, while trying to figure out what the fuck I can do in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and my cousin told me this. My cousin said, Cedric, you know, you've been flexing your little muscles ever since I can remember, you know, as a kid or whatever. And she said, what if, because she came to help me with my youth program, she said, what if this bodybuilding was just something that was given to you so that you could do what you're doing for these kids to help another kid not feel like you felt, you know?
Yeah.
And shit, maybe that's the purpose. And so when somebody says something, I seen Fouad, man, you know, I try not to glorify these motherfuckers, right? But I seen some guy on social media, it was a comment, you know, some people were talking shit back and forth, and somebody said something funny, and I don't know how I seen it, but I think my name might have get tagged in it. And I looked, and somebody said, surgery is a waste of potential or a waste of good genetics, right? And I'm saying, if this motherfucker only knew, like, the people that are thankful for me in their lives, the kids that are so happy to see me when they run up to our facility. And yeah, I'm not a champion, but I was able to do something that was very special for a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And if my genetics or if my potential was only able to accomplish that, then that's definitely not a waste. You know what I'm saying? If I could affect 100 little boys that were going down the same road I was going, and I was able to turn them into being something productive, and I never be Mr. Olympia, none of that shit. It's worth it. My existence is worth it because this is one fixing 100. And then another one fixing 100. So positivity is winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're saying you're taking your, no, it's not stupid, man. You're taking what people don't understand online is they think you're like the rest of us. And I don't mean everybody, because I don't want to speak for everybody, but like even for myself, when I was competing a lot, it was eat, sleep, train. That was my whole life.
Yeah.
And you have the youth camp that you're helping out a group of young children. And that's that's huge. So if you're like, you have another facet to your life that these people online don't see. And you have actually,
and
go ahead.
One thing, when you said, eat, sleep, and train, and Fouad, I honestly believe we have been tricked into believing that is the only way to be your best too.
Mm-hmm. And
maybe this one guy eat, sleep, and train, and he became, the champion. So we feel like that's what we have to do. That's what's necessary. Maybe eat, sleep, and train is what's necessary to 3 times and make yourself ugly. But eat, sleep, and train might not be what you have to do to be a beautiful 240. You need some outside type of work, to keep that athletic look, whatever, right? So anyway, my point is this. We eat, sleep, and train only. 99.9% of the people that look at us, that buy supplements because we use them, and they want to be like us, and they want to train, all of them are working too.
Yeah.
They got a job, and they just trying to squeeze out an hour in the gym. And it's real hard for you to set your sights on being like somebody that eats, sleeps, and trains when you work, eat, sleep, train. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to be was, plus I hate copycats, right? And I hate being the same as everybody else. So like if all of y'all got on red shoes, I don't want the fucking red shoes.
But you
That's
copied
like
you copied my shoes. You copied my shoes.
I copied the high top.
You copied my Jordans.
But I got
and you copied my tights.
Yeah. The leggings. Yeah. But I took them to a whole nother level.
You took them to another level. I'll give you that.
So here's the point. When we're talking from a perspective of motivating people or inspiring people, okay, you have enough examples of this. You got enough of that. Yeah. You don't have no examples of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if this is me, let me be this example for you. So when somebody says, fuck man, I got this job and I just can't, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Or somebody can say, Cedric does it.
You can say that, yeah.
And I love being that object that somebody can know. That's no reason to not try.
Yeah, but you know what people say? You know what people say when that happens? They're like, yeah, but Cedric's got genetics.
Yes.
Cedric's got that. That's not the same. Cedric's got those genetics.
Yeah. And this is always my comeback. Guess what? If you put enough time into trying, maybe you got those same genetics hidden and don't even realize
you just don't know
because
it.
When I was 17, nobody, including me, look, if I right now was to look back at my 17, 18, 19, even 25-year-old self, first 2-3 competition self, I would never think, you know what, he's going to have perfect symmetry one day. He's going to, I never would have, he's going to be Arnold's favorite bodybuilder one day. I never would have looked at me and thought that. Yeah. You don't know what the fuck kind of genetics you got because you ain't never even developed yourself yet. So how about let's get yourself in a position to just simply try.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might not be what some other motherfucker is, but that don't mean you can't try.
Yeah. Listen, I want to ask you a couple of questions. I don't know if people know. Where did you get the knowledge to build your own? Okay. Cedric built his own workout equipment in Iraq when you were
in Iraq,
on a tour, right? Yeah. So how the fuck did you know to build your own machines, man? Like you literally built your own machines from wood.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, I can remember taking a wood shop class in middle school. So I learned how to use a few little tools, but not many. And so I can't really compare that. Now, my dad, I don't even fucking know him, but I've heard stories of him being an amazing carpenter. And like, okay, you see that, we call them scary houses. You see that old spooky house over there? My daddy will move in it. It ain't even no roof on it.
Yeah.
He's such a drifter. He'll move in the house, no power, no water, no roof. He'll live in it, fix it, and sell it for $100,000 and haul ass to the next city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Or he'll get the money from somebody to fix it and leave and won't fix shit. You know, that's how you do that too. But anyway, that's how talented he was. So anyway, I'm there in Iraq, and a sergeant major, he gave me a flat bench and a set of dumbbells that was in his room, and I got stationed at an outpost. It was only like 10 or 15 of us in the middle of nowhere. And I was put in charge of a quick reaction force. That means it's a small group. Let's see, we got 4 vehicles, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 16 people. If somebody is in a jam, in some trouble on the highway, they could call us. We got a 2-hour radio hours where anybody within our area gets in trouble, they call us. We're like 911. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We roll up, come help them out, you know?
Yeah.
So middle of nowhere, on the main base, big ass gym, looks like Gold's Gym, you know, we had nothing. So I started with this. And then, you know, cause, you know, spending so much time in the gym, I kind of understood the basics of what gym equipment looks like. Oh, I'm going to build a bench press. You know, it started out with me. The first thing I built was a bar to do dips on. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
Man, how many times did I fuck it up? Just by not understanding how. So how does wood need to be braced? See, that's different from steel. With steel, you can just go 2 bars up, 2 bars out, dip on that, right? Because it's so strong. But with wood, you have to brace it.
Yeah.
So when I put the shit together, you know, I only had a hand saw simply because I was scared to use the power saw that was out there. Now they sent us a bunch of wood and a few wood cutting machines saying, hey, you guys are going to have to sleep in tents for now, but build some hard floors to put your tent on, you know. Okay, cool. So that's what these guys were doing. So I'm watching the old guys, you know, cut wood with skill saws and shit like that. Nah, just give me the extra wood. I'm fine. I'll take this hand saw. So everything that I made, I literally was using a hand saw cutting. Whenever I needed to drill holes, this shit is like, you know, 1000 AD, right? So I had a big nail. I would hit it into the wood a little bit, turn it, pull it out. Hit it in more, turn it, pull it out, until I eventually made a hole that went all the way through. Flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. So anytime I needed holes drilled, that's how I would do it. Look, all I really had to do was use a power drill. There wasn't one, or if there was one, I was scared to use it. So I finally eventually made this dip bar, and it worked perfectly, and I loved it. So what's next? Man, if I could get a cable machine, and I can show you all this stuff.
No, you did not.
Well, the cable machine, so you got to have some big wood braces that go up. You got to have a T that goes across. You hang the wood on this side, just like a wood stack at the gym. And on this side, you got your rope to use to do everything you want to do. Okay, so the wood, okay, let me draw it. So I draw it out on a piece of paper. You know, draw it a piece of, now the only part I'm missing now is understanding the mechanics of how wood has to be braced in order for it to be strong, right? So once I build it like my drawing, and then I reinforce it and put braces where they need to be so it doesn't wobble. So I built a cable machine. And with my cable machine, I had, of course, you need pulleys. We had old broken down vehicles and stuff there, because anytime like a vehicle would break down, we hook up to it, drag it back with us. So there were some vehicles that we call them deadline. They're not going to work no more. So I would go in there, oh man, there's some pulleys inside this motor. I can take these bolts off, and I got a pulley. You know, the things that hold the belt. So this pulley looks like the gym. I could put it up here, and the rope can go across and hang down. I could put another pulley here. And if I want to do low pulley, I put another, and I could hook this rope here, and it'll go down. Made it. You know, made it. It took me a week, man. But I made it. You know,
that's crazy.
And from there, it just kept. From there, it just kept on going and kept on going. And I ended up with like 13 pieces of equipment, man. The last thing I was making before I had to leave is a Smith machine. That was the last thing I was making.
The fuck makes a Smith?
Yeah,
so is everybody in your crew using your equipment?
Everybody was using it. Listen, everybody there that wanted to work out was using it. People had heard about it, and when they're traveling, you know, when they go past our area, they was actually stopping like, is this where that wood gym is? Like, yeah, it's there. So McMillan made it. And they would come take pictures in there and stuff. And a magazine came and took, a military magazine took pictures. And one general actually gave me a coin. It's like something real special in the Army when a general or a commander gives you a coin he has. It's like his. Like, he'll shake your hand and slide it into your hand. You know, it's like, here you go. So he said, man, this is, I can't remember the word he used, but like, for me, you know, I don't know the word, ingenuitive or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. In creating something, you know, for us to use. It's real good, son. Good job. You know, you're outstanding. You know, but the thing with wood is, especially when it's moving parts, it needs to be maintained. I will oftentimes have to fix stuff and or redo it. And when watch this, this was gonna piss you off. When I left there and went back to the guess what came a month later?
No.
A fucking truck shipment of workout equipment.
No way. But
truck shipment of workout equipment. So these guys had workout stuff.
It doesn't matter though, man. You know what? I can only imagine the sense of pride you had when people are using your fucking equipment to train with, that you built with your bare hands.
Yeah.
Like that's something else, man.
So what it was for me, it was an escape for me, because when I got deployed, you know, I can remember during training, the guys that I ended up with, because I was communications originally, and but it was something about when we were doing train up, some of the guys that did really, really well, like infantry tactics and stuff, they pulled them and said, hey, we're going to put you guys and make y'all a quick reaction force. Okay, cool. So I got pulled away from what my job was supposed to be. And so me and some of the other guys there, we had kind of created a bond, and it was like, you don't know if when you get this call, you don't fucking know if you coming back. When we get in this damn truck and we load and we roll out this gate, we don't fucking know if we coming. And with as uncertain as that seems, there was such a strong level of peace. Yeah. Like, we don't have a phone that's calling, no bills. It ain't no bitches stressing us out about nothing. Yeah. It's just the sky and the sun and us and oxygen, you know? And the only thing that worried any of us was going back home fucked up. Like, I don't want to go back home with a half a body. I don't want to go home with no legs. I don't want to go home with no arm, you know? And so, you know, a couple of us, you know, we said, look, if I get fucked up and I let you know, fucking don't save me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me fucking die. Let me die out here, man. Don't keep me alive and let me go home to my woman like this. Don't let me go home to my family like this, right? Yeah. And when, you know, when I said this, it made me let go of any worry, any fear. Fuck it. Whatever happens, happens, man. We're going to raise some fucking hell, and however it go down, it don't matter, right? Yeah. So I was able to come to peace with what could possibly happen. The next thing is, I fucking love bodybuilding. I love working out, right? So I'm going to tell you what I brought from home. I brought an MP3 player that had, a CD player. I had a Metallica CD. Why? Because the guy that got me into bodybuilding, he's an old white guy. He listened to Metallica every day when he worked out. Yeah. So I had Metallica CD. I had 2 Led Zeppelin CDs. Yeah. I had a Linkin Park CD, and I think it was a Power Man 5000. It was one of them. It might not have been them. And so I'm in the gym. I had my wrist wraps, the elastic ones. I had my straps like for deadlifting, and I had my tank top from the gym. So when I would work out, I was able to go home for a minute. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was, even though I was so far away, I felt at home, and I felt okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so having that gym, like, I don't give a fuck if none of y'all use it. This is my shit. You know what I'm saying? And it gave me a sense of comfort. You know, so and what happened was I taught myself carpentry skills.
Yeah.
So not even realizing that later in life, like now I'm fucking using it. You know, I'm a self-taught carpenter.
Yeah.
You know, so
how were you ever in any serious firefights or anything like that?
Yeah.
Did all your guys make it back okay?
Yeah, all of our guys made it back. We had a few guys with some minor injuries. What ended up happening with us most of the time is when we get called, somebody's already getting fired on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we get there, we're just cleaning up shit. Like, you know, I can remember we pulled up at the end of a firefight, and this fucking dude was driving one of the supply trucks. He was a national, you know, because basically what they do is they hire a bunch of nationals to drive the supply vehicles.
Nationals are Iraqi or American?
They'll be any of the local nationals, any country.
Okay.
And so there'll be maybe 100 semi-trucks full of supplies. Yeah. And then they'll put maybe 5 security vehicles with soldiers with them. So you got five vehicles trying to cover 100 fucking 18-wheelers. Yeah. It's not possible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somewhere in the middle, somebody gonna get fucked up at some point. Yeah. So these guys sometimes would come out from under bridges. They would spray down the fucking truck. The truck would go off the road or whatever. They throw his ass out, get in the truck, and go out through the desert with it. And then we'll get the call like, hey, look, we at this grid coordinate. This truck just got fired on. We got 2 disabled vehicles and 1 vehicle going out into the desert. So we get there, we secure the situation, secure the area, set up a perimeter, and, you know, some of us will go try to recover the vehicle that went out, you know, into God knows where. Yeah, so we pull up to this one scene, and when they sprayed down this damn vehicle, the vehicle hit. Boom, it hit a bank, like an embankment for the bridge. And when it hit that, the front of the semi flipped up, you know, like if you're going to work on it mechanically, you flip it up. It flipped up and the guy went through the window. The window got shattered anyway because it got shot on. So he's laying over here and the fucking top of his head literally is over there. And his fucking brain is somewhere in the middle. It's like a hat came off. So they were like, okay, we got to recover this guy and make sure we recover as much as we can. Oh shit, there's the top of his head and there's his brain. Holy fuck, right? And this taught me a lesson that, so when you have a person that's alive, no matter how close to death they are, their soul is still inside and you can feel that. If you have empathy, you can feel someone's soul. There's an energy, there's a connection. You're still moving, you're still breathing, you are a person, you are alive. The moment that you die, you become an object. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're alive, laying in the woods, dying. You're still alive, your soul is there. As soon as you die and your soul leaves your body, you become just like another tree laying in the woods now. You become an object. And this person who I see, it looked like, oh, this must be a mannequin. This can't be a human. Yeah. But it's because his soul left and there was no way to establish a connection with this thing. He was just an object, you know? Yeah. So most of the situations we came to was after shit had already hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because the worst thing they want to do is wait until fucking 4 more trucks roll up with a bunch of damn guns and now you want to fight? No, it would never be like that, you know? The area we were in were mostly, you know what? Listen, 100 trucks roll up this road every hour of every day. We can steal some shit. So let's wait for a good opportunity. Let's shoot up some shit and let's try to get some of these trucks. You know, that's the kind of situation we were in versus doing straight up combat missions, you know? Okay. Yeah, we were more or less trying to secure the supply route.
And again, it seems like I'm beating a dead horse, dude, but okay, let me tell you this. So I talked to John Meadows one day we were talking about haters and internet and all this. And John says to me, when you almost die, you put life in perspective and you don't care anymore. Because John went through a pretty bad illness a while back when he had his colon removed, whatever. And he said things in life look different when you go through a really traumatic experience. I don't understand how you look at bodybuilding with such a fragile lens when you've been through the situation you just described. It's crazy to me.
The reason why is because, and I don't know if I did this to myself or what, but bodybuilding is in a totally different world than the rest of my life to me.
Yeah.
It's so strange. Listen, I can't even explain it to you, but it's like when I have to leave, pack my bag and go to the airplane, it's like I have to become a different person. I have to go to a different world and do different shit. You know what I'm saying? In order to be able to do bodybuilding, and none of it is me.
Yeah.
None of it naturally. All the things that it takes, that it seems like it takes to be a successful bodybuilder, none of those attributes are what I have naturally. I can't be selfish enough to be a good bodybuilder. I don't have enough of an ego to be a good bodybuilder. I'm not confident enough to be a good bodybuilder. And those things seem to be required nowadays, right? So when I'm put into that arena, I'm forcing myself to be something that I'm not, simply to try to perform at something that I'm kind of good at. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Let me ask you, I got a few more questions. You've been on for a while. I don't want to keep you too much longer, but
no, it's good. It's good.
These are important. So what, I think you'll like this question. What percentage of conditioning were you in Romania? I know you like it to speak in percentages. Were you like 100%?
Hey, listen. Hey, was that me and you that come up with those percent jokes back in the day? Did you start saying percent?
You used to get
I think that was me and you that used to say like that.
You used to get so mad at me when I said, if you're 10% better, and you'd be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Okay, tell me the difference between 10% and 8%. What's the difference?
It makes sense if you think about it. All right, let's okay. If you were 10 out of 10 on your best showing ever, you were 10 out of 10. What was Romania? Because you look pretty awesome in Romania. Like everything was pretty dialed in. Like was Romania 9 out of 10, or was it? You know what I mean?
It is absolutely impossible for me to say. Yeah. Because not once, even when I looked at a point where I looked to where I was happy with how I looked, I ended up getting like fourth. So it was like, yeah. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then, like, for example, when I won the Arnold in 2017, I thought I was off. Yeah. I was like, fuck. I had more separation, and I felt like I was leaner and drier 2 years ago when I got fourth, and here I am winning. And people say, oh, he nailed it. Nailed what? What the fuck are you talking about? So then I realized that some of this shit is all a matter of perspective. When you watch this, and then we'll get back to how do you think you look in Romania. So what I realized is sometimes people don't have enough of a brain to think for themselves. So when somebody says Fouad won this show, what they do is they look at Fouad and try to find reasons why he won. Oh yeah, he did win because he's big, blah, 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 right? If somebody says Fouad placed last, they'll look at you, and even though you the best, they'll look at and say, he got last because his this or his that. They try to justify what they're being told rather than formulate their own opinion. So when people get into this whole Cedric's conditioning thing, usually it ends up being something that they were told, or an opinion that was created, and then they try to justify. Yeah, you're right. He is off because. But
wait a minute. I want to know what you think. So
yeah.
What? And I know you think you're not good enough, and whatever. You always want to be better. I understand all that. Yeah. But if you had to put a number on it out of 10, where were you in Romania? Where were you in? What was the one you did before? No, the one. Yeah, it was Budapest. And then Korea. Korea, you did too, right?
No, I haven't been to Korea.
No, okay.
I went from the Olympia to Budapest.
Okay, so you did those two shows. You won those two shows. You looked better at both those shows than the Olympia. Is that how you feel, or no?
I do feel I look better there than at the Olympia, yes.
So what is it? Okay, for me, when I was competing more, I've never been in shape at the Arnold or the Olympia because just the fucking anxiety gets to me. The pressure gets to me so much that I somehow end up fucking up something.
Yeah.
Is it kind of the same thing with you, where you're like the bigger shows tend to?
The only way I can describe it is, it seems to me physically that at the Olympia, I'm usually coming off of the summer, and in the summer is when I'm the most active in the military now. So we, doing missions and all of this stuff, and then try to shut it down with enough time to get ready for the Olympia. All right. And that is a part of it. The major part of it is, holy shit, this is the Olympia.
Yeah.
And I'm already out of place guest posing somewhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How out of place do I feel in Vegas with 4 days of shit? And, you got the press conference, and you got the meet and greet, and you got all of this stuff, and then you got to get on stage. Listen, I go to Vegas with the mindset of, man, I just hope I don't make a fool out of myself. I already, I know I'm not going to be in the first call out. I know that. I'm hoping I get in the second call out. I hope I don't embarrass myself. Never once feeling like I could possibly do well. Well, I have to acknowledge that thinking like that could also make me look that way.
Yeah. Oh, you're just raising cortisol levels and yeah.
Yeah, but I got to be honest too and say, oh man,
say it.
I'm not good enough to beat these guys.
That's not true.
I'm not good enough to beat these guys at their game. What I bring, but it's not enough.
Wait a minute. Go back. Sorry, Cedric. You cut out for a second there. Go back a bit. You said I'm not good enough for these guys, then you said something else.
I'm not good enough to beat them at their game. Okay. I can't be massive and ripped and dry too. I feel like my body can't even produce that. And I do, I was talking to for the first time in my life, I went to a judge in Romania, and I said, because he was in Budapest too. So I wanted to know, damn, am I making progress or am I still fucking up? So how do you think I look? He said, I think you look better in Budapest. Shit.
I thought you looked better. I thought you looked better in Romania.
Yeah. So I said, shit. Okay. He said, yeah, you need to be fuller. I said, okay, I can work on that, right? And then I asked him. I said, it seems like I'm not necessarily competing against the other people on stage with me, but it seems like I'm having to compete against what people think I could look like or what I should look like. And he said, I agree. He said, because we see so much potential in you that we compare you to what we believe you should look like.
Yeah.
And he said, and it sucks. But unfortunately, that's what you got to deal with. And, and so I almost, Fouad, I'll be honest with you, I can't even rate myself because my opinion of myself goes no further than your opinion of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But where
listen, where do you think? If you told me, Cedric, you look fucking awesome, you know what I would do? Try to come up with reasons why I don't.
I know that. You do that all the time.
If you told me, and if you said, Cedric, fuck, you got your ass kicked, you look horrible, I would agree with you.
I know that.
Because I'm such a pessimistic person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that about you. Yeah. But okay, fine. Let's change the question then. If you showed up at the Olympia in the condition you showed up in Budapest or Romania, where do you think you would have placed?
The same.
No.
The same. I think I would be the same because I think, like I said, I think the bar for me of what people think I could look like is higher than the look I'm able to produce for whatever fucking reason. And and so one of my reasons for competing, because I do think the anxiety plays a part in it. One of my reasons for continuing to compete is first of all, I'm a little bit angry, like at myself. Yeah. So it's almost like a punishment and a torture, like fucking keep doing it, it. The second part is, if anxiety is the issue, and I know this from military training, if there's anything that you're fucking afraid of, learn how to live in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Live in it and dwell in it until you can thrive in this environment that you're afraid of.
Yeah.
And okay, competition, I'm afraid of it. So live in it and keep going until I'm able to be comfortable to where hopefully that can kind of beat the anxiety and take away that part of it. The second part of it is if, the body fat is for the most part gone and there's just little small tweaks, then there's experimenting that comes into play. Like, okay, so in Budapest, I tried to dry out this way. In Romania, I dried out this way and didn't carb up as much. Let's see what look that creates. And then go on to the next show and let's see what look I can create to try to come up with, a better overall look for myself. But guess what? All of this experiment can get thrown out of the window because if you take me right back to Vegas with the same mindset, I'm still going to turn into a bitch and I'm still going to be scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is until something has to change inside me. Really, listen, I'll be honest with you, man. The Olympia in itself is, listen, just the name, the show itself is defeating me as a person.
I know what you mean.
There has been two years in a row, Fouad, 2 years in a row, I have gone back to my room after prejudging and I have literally wanted to die. With all of the hard things I've gone through in my life, personally, professionally, with the Army and stuff, I like literally last year and this year, I had these thoughts, but this year it was stronger. Because last year, I could come up with reasons, but this year it was worse. And I said, I'm so sick of fucking embarrassing myself for all of these people that cheer for me, for all of these people that want me to do they argue and how I look and they defend me and stuff. I let all of them down when this happens. And to the point where, I don't deserve the win, but I talk myself into not even deserving to exist because of it. And I found myself in the room in Vegas, like figuring out how the fuck can I just die, man? Like, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to go down in history as, Cedric, the guy that could never get in shape. And I would just rather fucking die. And that, in the Army, we call it catastrophic thinking. And you can create a thinking trap for yourself to where you circle around the same negativity but never create a resolution. And I was wanting to die before I come home. Let me just have gone away and something happened and I just don't come home. Maybe people won't think about the show and this and that, And then so real life shit started hitting me like, if you kill yourself, your kids, your family won't be able to get insurance money when you die.
Jesus Christ, Cedric.
Fuck, man, I can't
what the
do
fuck,
that.
Dude?
I gotta make sure that they are taken care of. And that led me to the next thought. And the next thought was this: you pride yourself in being selfless. You pride yourself in not being selfish. And I purposely avoid doing selfish things. No matter how much it would help me, I would rather not do something selfish, right?
Yeah.
And it hit me. This is the most selfish decision you could possibly make, to take yourself away from everybody that loves you. Yeah. And then the next thought came. The next thought was, number one, who is going to tell your children the story of how you died and why? And then the second thought came is, how is your children going to tell that story to the people that they love? And I had a vision of my son telling his wife how I died. Like, my dad, he was a bodybuilder and he killed himself because he was real upset about. And I said, I can't let them have to live with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but Cedric.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man.
It's crazy, dude. Like, you can't. That's too much.
I know. And the problem of it is that people don't see is, listen, man, I want to call these people faggots, right? But then you're insensitive to homosexual stuff. So it's not that, but I try to find a really good word for these punk ass motherfuckers that feel such a strong need to give their opinions, right? Like, so you're going about your day and you are able to entertain yourself by giving an opinion about somebody else and the way they're doing whatever they do. They don't realize how this could possibly affect people, right? Like, no, directly, nobody in social media or whatever could directly, you know, make me think in a suicidal way, not directly, but me feeling the amount of shame I feel for the people that I know care about me and support me, and to feel like I let them down. This is what makes me want to give up in such a way to where I would want to die, you know? And my point of saying all of that is this. I really wish people would think about how they could possibly affect people when they broadcast their amazing opinions about stuff. Like, we become very sensitive about an obese person and how we may possibly make them feel, or a woman and how we may make them feel, or a certain ethnic group and how we may make them feel, or a certain religion or a certain political party. We're very sensitive about stuff like that sometimes. But then if me and you were able to go and probe into those arenas, we would see the same shit too, you know? But I think this generation, Fouad, since social media began, it began as a great way to stay in touch with friends. Is the most judgmental, but those individuals hate to be judged. Don't judge me for giving my judgment. Don't judge me for giving my opinion. Don't give me your opinion of me for giving my opinion. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Hey, Cedric looks like shit. Yeah, motherfucker, you don't even work out. Oh, boy, wait a minute. Don't judge me for not working out. And just because I gave my opinion. What the fuck?
But in their defense,
that shit is powerful, Fouad. And
I understand, Cedric. But one second, I just want to push back a little bit, because you mentioned obese people, you mentioned ethnicities, you mentioned all these things, right? The people that are these cocksuckers, right? I have the same opinion of them. They're kind of, we can all handle constructive criticism, but it's the fucking trolls that like really get under our skin. But their pushback is, you're in a professional sport and you've entered into this professional sport, and people are allowed to have their opinions about you. It's kind of like if you go to a basketball game and someone like Michael Jordan sucks, you hear a lot of people are gonna yell at their least favorite basketball fan, or Eminem's album sucks, or fucking Jay-Z sucks, or if you're in a professional field where opinions matter, I guess you have to take the good with the bad, right? If you're gonna get 10,000 people screaming, Cedric, I've worked at a booth with you. I've seen a lineup of like 100 people waiting to get your fucking picture, right? So if you're going to take the adoration of 100, the way I look at it is this: if I'm going to take the adoration of 100 people that want to take a photo with me, I gotta take the bullshit, the shithead with it, right?
Yeah. Listen, and I'm so glad you brought it up, because that brought up another point that I wanted to mention to you. There has been a time I was in India, and the crowd that was waiting for me and that was there for me was so big, and I need to go to the toilet, I need to go eat, and they were, man, it was crazy. Fouad, I got an anxiety attack. Listen, I mean, oh my God, I got to get out of here.
Like a full blown.
I can't breathe. I got to get out of here. I went to the gym, and the people at the gym were, oh my God, anxiety attack.
Yeah.
It wasn't negative.
Yeah.
Here's the thoughts that were going through. Listen, this is why I'm telling you I'm fucked up, Fouad. The thoughts that were going through my head was, why are they acting like that? I don't deserve this. I'm just Cedric from fucking South Carolina. I'm nothing special. I was never supposed to be nothing in life.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they? No, they're mistaken. They got this wrong, man. This shit is not, this is not supposed to be me. This is not, I don't deserve, and it repeats itself. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. And then it's boom, and then it hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so whether it's positive or negative, it's just a surge of fucking emotion and energy that takes over. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
And and I think there's things that trigger that. And So this like you call them a cocksucker, whoever they are, they trigger it, but it's only in a small way. One thing that helped me work on that was there was a period of time where I was watching the NBA playoffs, and man, I used to love to watch the commentary shows in the morning and stuff where they talking about the sports analysts and shit. And a lot of times I would compare them to like the little fake ass analysts that we have in bodybuilding. Really, the analysts are just somebody that says, "Hey, I want to be an analyst," and I'll just start doing it, right?
Yeah.
Some kind of way they develop a following some way, but you have absolutely no credibility to do anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and so I'm watching these guys tear into LeBron James' ass.
Yeah.
I'm looking at ESPN and I'm looking at them tear into Peyton Manning's ass one year, or whoever. Oh, he got a lame duck arm. He can't throw the ball no more. Or, the quarterback for the Patriots, they tearing into his ass. Or, the running back for the Chiefs. And I said, either these athletes are absolutely nothing like me, or they can't look at this shit. Yeah. Because if they have even a percentage of me in them, they would just quit playing if they see this, because this is horrible. Like the little shit we have to deal with, this is horrible. And what we're cursed with, Fouad, is we're cursed with the fact that bodybuilding is actually a small industry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So look, it ain't but so many bitches, and eventually we're gonna be done fuck the same one. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't but so.
Yeah.
Haters, the same damn hater, like, oh, he was on my page talking shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the same shit. You know, because the industry is so small. So because it's so small, LeBron James is flooded with 1 million comments. So the 1,000 he get, you don't even have to look at that shit.
Yeah.
But we, but the percentage for us, you know what I'm saying, is greater. So
listen, I gotta touch on this one more time. I want to touch on this one more time just because I think there's a part of this you're missing a little bit. Or maybe you're not, I don't know. But you realize that a lot of fans of bodybuilders are fans of their personalities and not their bodies, right? Like when someone looks at, like, look, why do people love Lee Priest? It's his physique is crazy, but it's also his personality. Why do people love Kevin Levrone? It's his physique is crazy, but it's also his personality, right? Like, why do people love Ronnie Coleman? It's not just because he's the greatest bodybuilder of all time. It's because he had this personality and work ethic that went with it. So I think people draw things from their favorite. Like, why do I have fans? I've only fucking won 2 shows. I'm not a champion, as you would call it. But people maybe like the way I train or like the things I have to say or whatever. So there's a personality aspect to this that you're missing. I don't think people love Cedric because he wins shows. That's maybe a part of it. I don't think people love Cedric because he has the most aesthetic physique in modern day bodybuilding. I think people love Cedric because he's like, oh, look, he's playing with Arnold's hair. Look at Cedric. He's fucking, look at Cedric. He brings out the top 6 at a show to take photos with him. Look at Cedric. He thinks about, he's a fucking sergeant and he builds fucking shit out of wood and he has a garden and he has a youth camp. Like, do you understand that people don't just follow you because of your physique? Like, people are gaining following. If you're just a physique and you don't ever fucking say anything, you're not going to be popular. No one's going to give a shit and cheer for you. There's a reason that lineup at those booths was there for you. It wasn't just your physique. So the only reason I'm saying all this is not to just blow smoke up your ass. I think you're missing part of what makes you popular, and it's not just getting on stage. I think there's a lot of just to end the point. There's a lot of darkness in bodybuilding. Okay. A lot of shows, and I've been on some of these shows, they just want you to fight. Like, they asked me to do an iron debate with Lee Priest and Dave Palumbo, and they're like, let's talk about the 90s versus now, and you guys are going to fight. And I didn't want to do it. And it's not because I'm scared to debate. It's because I'm not trying to promote the dark side of the sport. I'm trying to promote what's good about us. Yeah. And I think, in my opinion, that's what people love about you more than your physique, is that you promote a different side of it. And I don't think you realize that. Like, the whole eat, sleep, train thing, there's a lot of that. Like you said, a lot of us are doing that. A lot of people watch that. A lot of people get motivation from that. But a lot of people like you because you're like, yeah, I got fucking kids and I like to do other things. Yeah. So
You got me, and I'm cornered. But the only thing I can go back to is the very beginning of the conversation. When, first of all, I've already thrown my disclaimer out there. A lot of times, I'm just fucked up.
No,
right?
no, I know. I'm not trying to sway your opinion, dude. I'm just trying to.
So here we go. So I got you here though. There has to be a point where your physique draws the attention in order for us to be able to appreciate the other parts of you.
Yeah, of course. But you've done that already. You don't have to be fucking Mr. Olympia to. People can appreciate a physique that's. You said it yourself. The top 6 at a show, they all worked hard. They all have amazing bodies.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what, man? Listen, so I've had dreams. At least once a week, I have a dream about the Olympian.
Yeah.
Different people are in it, from all the way back to the 70s that I'm competing against, up until faces that I don't even recognize. And in the show, I'm always rushing and I'm always behind. There was a time where they were saying, Cedric, you next up, get ready, let's go on stage. And I hadn't even shaved my body. Or I couldn't find my oil, or I couldn't find my posing trunks.
This is a real dream.
A reoccurring dream, and there's always something where I'm ready to go on stage, but I'm missing something. I'm not ready. Something. Where's my whatever? I didn't shave, or where's my? Or oh shit, I forgot the diet. Seriously.
Yeah.
But it was this situation, but I was like, I don't give a fuck if I didn't diet. I want to get on stage and I want to knock the fuck out of him. I hate him. Like I just wanted to get on stage so I could hit this guy or slap him because I hate him. I hate him in real life. Anyway, and so, well, Cedric, like you said, you've accomplished that. Well, damn it, Fouad, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
There's stuff that needs to be said. There's tones that needs to be set. There's examples that need to be given. There's leadership that needs to be given to the sport that I wish I deserved the opportunity to do. I wish I had an opportunity to stand on the Olympic stage with the microphone, because there's so many things that need to be said. And in my dreams, I was able to say some of those things sometimes, so much stuff that needs to be said. But Fouad will say, well, you can say that now. No, I can't say this stuff now because nothing I say matters now because I'm a fucking loser. So when I have all of this stuff to say about what we need to do, and, I remember in the Arnold, and look, all y'all social media motherfuckers, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that gets said about a loser and it has no credibility, so it doesn't matter. We don't care what you think because you're a loser. This is how my mind operates. Not because I would need somebody else to be a winner in order for me to listen, but just because I feel me alone in this sport, my opinion doesn't matter while I'm a loser. In the Army, I'm not the Sergeant Major or the commander, but I know some shit and I can fucking teach y'all something. And I know I'm right about this and I can express that. In bodybuilding, I'm nobody. Okay. So what I think don't matter. And that's what limits me.
I'm just going to put one more point. I'm going to put one more point on it and I'll let it go.
Okay.
I just want you to know you're doing it already. Okay. You don't even realize you're doing it. That's the fucked up part. When you bring 5 guys out on stage to take a photo with you, that already levels up the sport. You don't have to be Mr. Olympia to do that. You're already doing it. Like, people already look and go, like, I've thought to myself, you know what? If I win a show, I'm going to fucking do that. Other bodybuilders are already watching that going, yeah, that's the right way to do shit. So whether you want to do it or not is irrelevant. The way you carry yourself already is already doing those things. So we'll just leave it at that. Okay. We don't have to.
One thing I just want to add to that piece before we move on is, I had a sergeant major who used to give me a heart. First of all, people who ain't in the Army, they don't know what a sergeant major is. A sergeant major is a badass. Like,
yeah,
you got sergeants, and then at the top of that food chain is a sergeant major. Okay.
Yeah.
And sergeant major will kick your fucking ass. I mean, he's just a bad motherfucker, man. And most people that make Sergeant Major, they just have it. They have it. They have everything, and they just perfect, man. Like the perfect alpha, whatever, male or female. They are just so fucking smart and so fucking perfect and so strong, okay? So I had a Sergeant Major. He used to give me a hard time. I go compete. He says, McMillan, come here. Yes, Sergeant Major. He said, where's your fucking tiara? And I said, what tiara, Sergeant Major? He said, you went and did some beauty contest, didn't you? They don't give you no tiaras? I thought you'd wear a tiara. I said, no, Sergeant Major, we wear thongs, you know? So I'd make him laugh and he would leave me alone, you know, but he'd ask me how I did and stuff like that. And he said, you're going to be Mr. Olympia one day, ain't you? I said, I don't think I ever will be able to be that. He said, well, I think you will. He said, listen, when you do, he said, I want you to do me a favor. I said, you need me to give you a shout out? He says, no. He said, I want you to show them what leadership is. And like his whole facial expression changed. Yeah. And when he said, I want you to show them what leadership is. Show them what we know you are. Yeah. And I said, Roger that, Sergeant Major. And I think that kind of is something that stuck with me that said, okay, only when you get there can you do this, you know. So I get it. And you know, there's times who I've talked shit with you personally about people and stuff, and I hate this motherfucker. I hate him. I do. But as long as I can't beat him, I'm just a hater. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to beat him first. Let me beat him and then tell him I hate him and why I want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So those things make me just say, okay, I can't say nothing until I get there. You know? Yeah.
All right, listen, I'm going to do a speed round before I let you go. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Quick question, quick answer.
Okay.
Were you ever a stripper?
Yes.
No, you weren't.
Yes.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Was it a dive shit?
I got some stories for you. Hey, move on.
All right, what's your favorite cheat meal? It's your go-to. Your go-to cheat meal. Like, what do you?
Pussy. You said quick, man. You said quick.
All right. I'm sorry.
I eat ass.
Ass or pussy? All right. Okay. Ass or pussy? Which one?
Ass.
All right. Well, this next question seems fucked up now. Do you like kids more than adults? And I don't. Yes. I mean, as a fan. Separate the question. Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, because children's intentions are usually very genuine. You know what I'm saying? They fake less. The only reason why a child lies is to get themselves out of trouble.
Yeah.
A child never lies to make themselves seem more than what they are.
Yeah.
A child won't lie to you. A child won't have a fake ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A child won't pretend to be something that they're not. Usually the only time they lie is like, oh shit, I fucked up and I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Their heart is just so genuine, man. And I love that. They're like blank palettes that need to be, this is what I call them, like they're like blank laptops and you got to download software in, you know, to make them work, you know, and everything that you give them, everything that they receive at some point is going to affect their performance. Positively or negatively, everything that they experience, this one thing that happened to them, you know, this one motherfucker that touched them in a bad way, that shit is gonna affect them in 20 years, you know, everything. And that makes them so special, you know, in this world, man. You know, and we gotta take care of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you eating from your garden yet?
No,
not yet.
No.
Why?
No, listen, man, because so we got wildlife out here, right? So every time I build a garden, like last time I made a garden, fucking deers came through and ate all my shit. So I had a bunch of watermelons coming. And I was taking care of these fucking watermelons, man. And next thing you know, I seen fucking hoof prints where these fucking deers were kicking the fucking watermelons open and eating them. And then they ate my damn strawberries and they ate everything except the tomatoes. So I had 8-foot tomato plants one year.
Yeah.
They didn't fuck with those. They ate everything else. So I said, you know what? Fuck it, man. You know, I'm not.
Do you hunt? Do you hunt or no?
No, I don't hunt. No, I don't hunt.
Okay.
Yeah. So my mama told me, you know, she said, you know, in the South, we hear there's racism, but it's not. People in the South are so nice. It's hard to be racist when you're that nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we still have like racist undertones. So my mom was like, don't be in the woods. That ain't nothing but an excuse for a white man to pretend you're a deer and shoot the shit out you. So now I don't go hunting.
All right. All right, last one.
All right.
And I know you caught some heat for this. That's why I want to ask you.
Okay.
So, do you regret playing with Arnold's hair?
No. Oh, it was worse than that. I don't know if I caught heat for the hair. I caught heat for humping him from behind.
For the grinding, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I caught heat from. I don't regret it simply because he was laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, so I got the word from the other organizers of the show. Arnold said this was the most fun he's had in 30 years of putting his show on.
Yeah.
He had a ball. And that, okay, I don't give a fuck what you think. Me and this man, you know, we had a good time. And that's what mattered. So what we do is, you're getting on my nerves, I'm gonna take your manhood. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, we fucking play around like that, you know? Like so say you're trying to be you're trying to be real serious, especially like in the Army or even down here in the South, you're trying to be all serious. Yeah. Get up behind you and do you like that, and you can't do nothing but laugh because it breaks the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to do all these selfies, you know, you don't even know how to work your camera phone, man. You know, so this is my moment. You're trying to take a selfie. Yeah.
So you would do it all over again if you had to?
I would hump him again, man. I would get him. Yeah. I would get him again. Yeah. But nobody heard hard because he was trying to make the phone work. So when I got him, it was nothing he could do because his hands were holding the phone. Yeah. And he was laughing his ass off.
That's funny. What are you doing next, man? What show are you doing next? Again, another one?
Japan is in 2 weeks, I think.
Are you just going to do all? Are you just going to do all the shows and collect all the checks?
After Japan is done, and then I'm going to the Arnold, and then after the Arnold, we'll see. I'm hoping I have my what I call condition fixed, Japan or Arnold. I'm hoping to be better so that I can say, okay, this is it now. Let's go forward with this. Who knows, man? Who knows if I'll ever get there, but I'm going to just keep trying. Anything
you want to plug or promote before I let you go, brother?
Well,
I know you got the youth camp. Is there anything else that you got that you want to talk about?
Nah, man. Look, what I have to promote is what you're doing. Like I said, man, we've had so many conversations, and I love what you're doing. There'll be times where I send you a text message just when my head is so fucked up, I can't even think straight. So I ask you, what do you think about this? You know, or something. And I like that about you. I like your honesty, and I like the fact that you also give a damn. You know, so with what you're doing, man, continue to try to do that. The only bad part about it is that you're gonna, with what you're trying to do with this, you're gonna lower the amount of potential people you can bring on because you're trying to do it this way.
What do you mean?
Okay, so with the way that you're doing this,
it
ain't many people that could participate fully because there's so many fake motherfuckers out there. You know what I'm saying? But that's good because that means when you do have a show, it's valuable because it's real and it ain't the same old bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming on. Look, the whole reason I started this thing is just I want people to get to know the guys and get to know who they are and get to know, like, you know, the Instagram shit's cool, but, you know, you can only say so much in a caption. So I appreciate you coming on, man. You had a good hour and a half, and I think people got to know who you are. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but you got to come on again. People are going to be.
Yeah, I will.
Other channels are going to be fucking jealous. So.
You know, like I said, man, I was trying to avoid doing any interviews with anybody because I said, no, I already told Fouad I was coming, so I ain't doing shit else. I don't want to talk about nothing until I see him, you know? So
I'll be honest, I didn't think you're gonna follow up, but I
got you, bro. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, I got to go to work, man. You got me late as hell, man.
Okay. Go do your thing, man. I appreciate it, Cedric. Thank you, man. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.